When I interviewed with the Alaska Family Medicine Residency Program, which is a part of the WWAMI network, in December of 2003, I had never been to Alaska before. And I told the director during the interview that I planned to be in Alaska for the 3-year residency and move back to Minnesota. And Dr. Johnston said, "Well, change your mind." And now I've been here 4 years beyond residency graduation in Bethel because I love the medicine out here so much. One of the reasons I decided to come to Bethel as the place to live is because when I came out here on rotation as a resident, people here were very welcoming. In Bethel, for socializing, many of us have boats. We'll go salmon fishing, or we'll just go out on the river, sit on the bluffs. Berry picking, just sitting in each other's living rooms, having potlucks. In the winter, some of the many activities are snow machining, going out to hunt for caribou during certain periods, ice fishing, cross-country skiing. A lot of the activities really come back to just getting together with the family that you've created in Bethel. Bethel, Alaska is also unique because it's 400 miles away from the road system. The way to get to Bethel, there's a 737 that comes out 3 times a day. There's also a smaller plane that comes out twice a day. Once you get to Bethel, there are smaller airlines that go out to an area the size of the state of Oregon that covers the area that our patients fly in from. And this lifestyle allows us to love our jobs here and travel elsewhere during our time off. Part of what rural medicine is really getting to know your patients. I don't have to dress up in a white coat. I can just use the tools that I need, my name tag, my stethoscope, my pager, but I can shop at REI for my work clothing. So WWAMI and the residency program helped me to get here because they send us out on rural rotations so that they can share the excitement of rural medicine with us and we can see what it can be beyond city medicine.
Well, I came to Alaska when I was 19, having been raised in Seattle, and I was just going to stay for 2 weeks, but I just got hooked in like was easy to do. So I spent most of the next 7 years working here in the Ketchikan area, fishing and logging and doing construction. I had always had in the back of my mind an interest in medicine, but I was interested in so many other things, and gosh, Alaska was just sort of like a world of adventure to a young man, you know. But then I drove my pickup up north and got to Fairbanks and did my last 2 years of college in biology, and that's where the WWAMI program was situated. Then I did my first year in Fairbanks, and then you go to Seattle for your second year. And then the great thing about the WWAMI program is that then your third and fourth year you get to come back to either your home state or other participating states to do your clinical clerkships. It was really important for me to have those many years doing non-medical work, and I think it gives me a good perspective into my patients' lives because I've done that. There's tremendous amount of need and opportunity for well-trained physicians here, and I think we have a highly functional rural critical access hospital, and we're part of a pretty innovative health system. But what it allows us to do is to practice really high-quality medicine in a town that's surrounded by wilderness. That's really an appealing concept for many young people who like the outdoors. I think the WWAMI program strongly prepares docs for coming back to a small community. It was perfect.
I was an Alaska WWAMI entering class of 1998. Grew up here in Wasilla, Alaska, and actually practice here again now. The WWAMI program was wonderful to be able to stay in Alaska near family, because I had 3 children during medical school. The small class size was something you're not going to see anywhere else. So the WWAMI program really gave me an opportunity to perform, I think, better in medical school than I otherwise would have if I'd been uprooted from my family. I felt extremely well prepared. And after practicing for a year and a half in a large group family practice, I actually felt completely comfortable opening my own practice, where I've been for 4.5 years, and things have gone extremely well. Living here in Alaska is wonderful. It's a beautiful state, summer and winter. If you like to be outdoors, this is the place to be outdoors. The town I live in, Wasilla, is a fairly rural community still, only 10 to 15,000 people, but we have all the typical amenities of a larger city that you might need. I don't even feel the need to drive into Anchorage anymore, which is only a 45-minute drive. And my commute is 5 minutes to work. You know, people aren't crowded here. It's really a nice place to live. I think the WWAMI program prepares people better than most other programs would. Not just to be able to take your exams at the end of medical school, but to be able to live your life and have a medical practice that's meaningful to you.
Well, I grew up on a farm actually in Kasilof, and we actually were a working dairy farm. Even though I grew up taking care of the animals, I really decided that I wanted to take care of life that had a little more buy-in, I guess, to try and pull through some traumatic events. That's really what piqued my interest in medicine. The WWAMI program was a wonderful opportunity for me because it was a great way for me to go to school and still spend a lot of my time in the state of Alaska. Living in Alaska gives me the opportunity to, recreate basically in my backyard or in my front yard. I have a lake in my front yard and I have great ski trails in my backyard. So it's not uncommon for me in the wintertime to be able to go for a half an hour ski after work. And in the summertime I can hop in my kayak and go for a paddle in a half an hour with my kids. And I think that it's just nature's a little closer and I can get there quicker. Since I started my practice, I've worked 3 days a week, and I've never changed from that. That really gives me some flexibility to spend some days in my kids' classroom in the wintertime when they're in school, or days in the garden in the summer. Those kind of things I can fit in on my days off. And I still will sometimes be taking care of a patient at the hospital, doing a delivery, and then off for the rest of the day. But it's really given me a lot of flexibility. I don't think I would change anything right now. I really absolutely love my practice. I love what I get to do every day. It's always a surprise. The WWAMI program helped me be able to stay in Alaska. I also think that it's a very cost-efficient way to go to medical school. So by not incurring as much debt as I might have in a different medical school program, I was able to do family medicine. I was able to work 3 days a week when I got out of residency, and so I could really have a balance in my life. I think that the WWAMI program has been wonderful, so I still feel like I'm getting rewards from the WWAMI program.